Well, hello everyone. Welcome.
We're back for more mysteries.
We are. Welcome back to PlayFrame and the case of the Golden Idol, which we've been following pretty well here. I don't know if this is all the case. I guess this is all the case. Just lots of little cases along the way.
Yes.
We're doing pretty good at it, though.
I would like to note that our little selection icon down there at the bottom, it is a little eye.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the symbol for the initiates in the Brotherhood. So, maybe we're also initiates.
Could be something to that.
Something is going on with that.
But now for case number 8.
Yes.
The crowning celebration by the lighthouse.
Interesting.
Here we are.
Oh, boy.
What's we got going here?
Oof.
The man is not breathing and has a severe wound at the back of his head.
That looks broken.
Does a little bit.
I think the rest of it's in the hands of the guy with the green coat.
Both his legs appear to be broken.
Yowzers.
Arms appear to be broken. And
He got pushed off the lighthouse.
that might be April 1791 is where we are. So
Been about a year.
Yeah, okay. Water Snake Master, lately I have experienced disturbing dreams and I feel cursed. Are you the source of this with your magic? Desist immediately and know that, when pushed, my rage is absolute. Do not toy with the well-being of the Empire's general, for I do not tolerate being attacked. In my many voyages, I have learned the dark arts too. If need be, I will summon 1,000 invisible demons to crush your bones. Proud Beastmaster.
Wow.
And June, dear friend, it is not so simple for me to get you a seat alongside me on the court of directors at the Seven Seas Company. As a doctor, I recommend you to stop obsessing over it. It will only unbalance your humors. Let us discuss alternatives at the next party at Kensington Palace.
Okay.
And a ring. Okay.
Yeah, he got pushed off a tower, for sure.
Would seem that way. There's a lot going on over here that seems like... It's hard to tell what it seems like. Lots of footprints going. One pair going that way.
And then coming back.
And then one coming back, and another pair coming back as well.
Okay.
All right. Shoes.
Shoes.
We might have to match some.
Footprints to some shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an honor to experience such an historical event.
Is that Nick Mack? Or Mackey or whatever? Is that the lawyer from way back in the day?
Possibly. It's been a little while.
Yeah, fair.
Dear Water Snake Brother Maker.
Nicholas Maker.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
As the director of the Seven Seas Trading Company, I do not assess work applications. Please go through the official channels so my staff can evaluate your credentials as an attorney. Darkhand Master JT. Protocol of an attempt to demonstrate a miracle. Location, the lighthouse on Gull Islet near the Horn of Codhead at noon. Present, Lord Angus McBain, Lord Alistair Cock, Lord James Turner, Sir Walter Keane, Mr. Lazarus Hurst. In charge of notes, Mr. Nicholas Maker.
Sorry, Dr. James Turner. Famous YouTuber.
Of course.
And Minecraft player.
Let's see.
It's amazing. Okay.
Go.
Rules and history.
Griffin Rebirth.
Oh my goodness.
The one who claims to be a Griffin reborn must perform a miracle. If someone
he
repeats...
jumped off himself and they're going to try and res him.
Oh, that might be. If someone repeats the miracle, it is proven that it was not a miracle but mere magic.
Oh.
Claimant is punished with death. If no one can repeat miracle, the masks fall. Claimant is crowned as Griffin Reborn, which seems to be what has occurred given the masks on the ground. So
Lazarus Hurst, great name by the way, performed this miracle, and when our dead guy over there couldn't imitate it, it got validated as an actual miracle. That's why there are more sets of footprints coming back from that spot than there are going to it, because he jumped and lived.
Gotcha. Chronicles of Griffin Rebirth. In 1725, the first Darkhand Lord Harrington demonstrated flying. Jumped off a cliff to his death. Doesn't seem like he demonstrated flying at all.
Not so much, no.
In 1756, Proud Beast Master Lord Pledsley performed a seance talking to the spirits. Lord Angus McBain repeated the miracle, proving him unworthy.
Okay.
In 1764, Dark Hand Master Lord Jones demonstrated the creation of a homunculus. Lord Angus McBain produced a homunculus as well. In 1771, Proud Beast Master Lord White carried out the hypnosis of a servant. Lord Angus McBain hypnotized the same man as well. I think we can assume safely that this is Angus McBain over here.
Yeah.
Replicator of magics up until today.
Yep.
Until he met a miracle.
Wow.
Okay.
Shoes or... Okay, yeah.
Here, I brought back your staff, O Griffin Reborn. This is...
That's
William,
Walter Keane.
Or Walter, yes, Walter Keane. Dear Master McBain, these threats to contact the Chief Inspector about my past offend me greatly. Being an honest soul, I've no choice but to comply with your base demands. I may have invited Lazarus into our brotherhood, but he has not shared all his secrets with me. Luckily, I had an opportunity to see him practicing this miracle. He has a magical artifact hidden in his cane. When performing the miracle, he input the following glyphs. Increase... Air. Then he pressed a small lever on the handle of the cane, and it grants him the powers to demonstrate the miracle. I have no doubt that the staff will work just as well in your hands as his. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward.
Goodness. They're taking over the Brotherhood.
Does seem so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's half of the cane.
Yeah, with the
idol inside.
Yep. Increase air.
I would have thought that would work, though.
The golden idol is enclosed within the handle of an ornamental cane. Broken.
I'm surprised it didn't work for Angus.
A golden snuff box filled with opium powder.
So you're doing real good for yourself. Shoes. I think he's the one who walked over and got this staff and came back.
Yeah, probably. And thus Griffin Reborn revealed himself to his brothers by demonstrating a true miracle. Silver crown with gems.
Which is going on Lazarus Hurst.
Kneel before Griffin Reborn and make ready. I will lead you brothers to great many changes. Ruby ring and also... Book. Miracle preparation. After the decrease air input, 1, aim at the sky. 2, press the lever to maximum position and hold for at least 10 seconds. 3, at this point, the idol should be full enough to perform the miracle once. So yeah, I just gave the wrong recipe.
Wrong recipe.
Yeah. Miracle hypothesis. The water works better, but the effect is not as convincing. Therefore, increase air. Main challenge is ensuring my balance when holding onto the idol. Practice is paramount.
Okay.
Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If its eye is red, it is ready for an increase input and will turn blue afterwards. Eye is blue, it can only perform decrease input and will turn red afterwards. Okay.
Could we see what color the idol's eye was?
Blue.
It's blue. I think that he gave him even the correct recipe, but because you can't increase after an increase, so you do increased air, and the eye turns blue, it can only take a decrease input now.
I see.
So you just can't do the same thing twice in a row.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Shoes with...
Spurs on
Spurs. That was an actual miracle. Unbelievable. So there is a Griffin Reborn. Ring and seal with a 7-star thing on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Masks removed. 5 strange-looking masks, yes. A set of heavy wooden oars. That's how we got out here for the trial.
There's a pair of shoes on the last guy.
Oh, right you are. The door is locked from the inside. And up here we've got... by guarding the lighthouse, you guard the Empire. General Alistair Cook. And... a trapdoor that connects the staircase to the top of the lighthouse. Not locked. Okay. That be all the things. Let us think.
So, we know we can... Angus McBain.
Yes.
Nicholas Maker. Or Nick Maker.
Nicholas Maker. Lazarus
Yep.
Hurst.
And Walter Keene.
Walter Keene.
Then we have...
James Turner and Alistair Cook. Not sure which is which yet, but we can
we'll
sort
have
that.
to do some double checking.
Okay. People who had the magical relic in their hands, chronological order of...
So first it was Lazarus, then it was Angus, and now it's Walter.
Right you are. Lazarus, Hurst, Angus McBain, and Walter Keene, yes.
Cool.
Boom. Someone blackmailed someone to find out how someone would perform the miracle of flying.
So, presumably, Angus McBain blackmailed Walter Keene to find out how Lazarus Hurst would perform the miracle of flying, right?
That, I think, tracks, yeah. Blackmailed Lazarus Hurst. Blackmailed Walter Keene to find out how Lazarus Hurst. Right. Angus McBain. Boom. Nice.
Cool.
You two. How are we going to figure out you two?
Let's look at the history of the different lords. Maybe that will help.
There was a thing somewhere that listed who all was going to be here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Demonstrate the miracle. Lord Angus McBain.
Dead. Lord Alistair Coke and Dr. James Turner.
Yeah.
Maybe check their shoes. Maybe we can tell who's a doctor from their shoes.
That
That one's a doctor.
How so?
Doctor's not as rich as a lord. Shoes aren't as nice.
I suppose. I suppose.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not sure on that.
As the director of the Seven Seas Trading Company, I did not assess work applications. Please go through official channels from Dark Hand Master JT.
James Turner.
James Turner, right. But they're both masters and we don't have masks on anymore.
Yeah.
But
And if he's high up in the trading company, then he's probably not as poor as just a regular doctor would be.
not that doctors are known for being especially poor
Not
anyway.
now,
but
but they were back then.
that's true. I guess now back then they wouldn't have been.
It wasn't a respectable profession back in the day. Bum.
I suppose it makes sense for the Lord to be the one
Holding the crown?
holding and handling over the crown, but let's see if there were other notes. Water Snake Master, lately I've experienced disturbing dreams. Proud Beast Master.
So, I'm guessing Angus is the Water Snake Master?
I think so. Well, yeah.
And whichever one is the Proud Beast Master was not happy with him.
Quite. And I don't feel like this is quite giving us what's needed to identify these two. Like, we can do guesswork, and I'd love to figure it out, though.
Where was the document that explained the history of... Yeah.
Right. Pledsley, Angus did it. Darkhand Master Lord Jones demonstrated the creation of a homunculus. McBain did that one as well.
I was honestly hoping that something about how the Masters looked would cue us into who the Masters are now.
Yeah.
But that's not helping.
Wait, what's this? So, with this seal, Seven Seas Company. Okay.
Seven Seas Company,
Okay.
that's it.
That's what it is. Okay,
That's
who-
Turner.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Dadgum. Well done.
Thank you. James Turner here and Alistair Coke here.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Someone blanked from the...
Jumped?
Someone jumped from the lighthouse using the idol to demonstrate the miracle of flying and become Griffin reborn.
Yeah. Lazarus Hurst.
Yes.
And then...
Probably Angus McBain jumped from the lighthouse, or with the idol, could be either one. Oh, don't have to move those, I guess. From the lighthouse afterwards.
Jumped also. The word jumped also.
Jumped also got moved, yep. This resulted in Angus McBain's death from a...
head wound?
Probably.
That's where his major damage is.
Yeah.
Everything's broken, but...
Nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah, we really rocked that one.
Heck yeah.
When Lazarus Hurst jumped from the lighthouse and survived using the hidden golden idol, Master Angus McBain thought he had enough information to repeat the miracle and prevent Lazarus from becoming Griffin reborn. He seized the staff from Lazarus and locked the lighthouse door to prevent foul play. However, he did not know all the secrets of the idol, and it did not work for him, and Angus jumped to his death.
Rough.
And now here we are in a different situation for case 9.
Yes.
The interrupted weekend at the doctor's salon.
Ah. Dr. Turner, I presume?
Oh.
Yes. Yes, it is.
All right. Let's see. A familiar face or two in here.
Yeah, I think that General Cock is the one on the floor dead.
I think so. Now let's go left to right. A little map.
Tea house.
Croquet fields, tea house, chess house, library, salon, flower beds and fountain.
Okay.
Oh Lord, I did not expect something like this in our household. Slightly grassy garden shears. Gardener. This is such a mess. However, we will clean the blood out of the rug. Ha! Leopold, your plan to frame 2 is sublime, but your missing button is more than enough proof that you did it. Constable, please escort this man out. Doctor's scalpel and small sword.
James, this is preposterous. You know damn well that he was killed by that Lemurian savage. Wow.
May 8th, 92. Dear friend, now that the elections are over, please join me for a leisurely weekend at my manor with good old Augustus and some other fine fellows. We will have some drinks and discuss what to do about that prime minister position. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. Clean small sword and...
a missing button.
A missing button, yes. Okay, we got bottle of sherry. Fallen. Full glass of sherry.
And an empty.
Empty glass of sherry.
So 2 people were having a drink of sherry.
And then lots of other people ran in or were spectating. Weird in either case. The seals of the 12 Lemurian clans. Oh. That's a lot.
We will understand that more later, I think.
Missing a boomerang or some other kind of...
yeah.
Weapon.
Similarly shaped item.
Yeah. Oh, well, there it is.
Oh.
Boomerang.
Found it.
It has been located.
Maybe he killed himself with it. Maybe he threw it and it came back to him and he didn't expect it and it went bonk.
Surprisingly easy to do. This is outrageous. I thought you were an honorable man, Leopold, not some Aquitanian agent trying to sabotage our friendly relations with Lemuria and provoke a conflict. There's a whole lot going on here.
Oh, you didn't click on the ring.
Oh, yep. There we go.
He stole his life just like that. The doctor is a smart man since he saw through his lies.
You all could be a lot more clear right now. Dear friend, at one of the balls you said that you would love to meet someone actually interesting. I'm having a weekend of drinks at my manor, and a prince from the 11th clan of Lemuria will be joining us. Please do us the honor of your company too. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner.
I presume this is the member of the 11th clan?
Might be.
I hope the host did not notice me when he was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman.
Brown stone slate seal. Spicy smelling ornamental box. Dear Prince, I heard that you got invited to a party by the director of Seven Seas Company himself. I know you hate associating with these invaders and thieves, but this might be just the opportunity that we seek to reclaim our honor. Dear Prince, as you know, I'm a great aficionado of Lemurian culture. It would be my pleasure to invite a member of the Patu clan to spend a leisurely weekend at my estate with some of our own political dignitaries. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. With a clean Lemurian war club.
Okay.
Psychoactive plants.
I thought some of them had very red eyes.
Oh, yeah. That explains a bit. Spotty onion, an illusion of unity with the universe, increased appetite and hiccups. Black poppy, sleepiness. Whites of eyes get a pink tint. Yep. Lemurian lichen, hyperconcentration on one thing, loss of perception of time, rapid blinking. And redberry, surge of energy, vocalization of all your thoughts, twitching, aggression.
Okay. The manservant and eye patch man have both been on the black poppy.
Yeah. Oh, God, believe me, my lord, I do not feel comfortable arresting a prime ministerial candidate, but I must ask you to follow me. Constable Arthur Faulkner, clean constable's pike, and testimonies.
Oh, my.
It's quite a lot. From Leopold, claims that had a glass of sherry with James in the library and became drowsy. As he was falling asleep, saw the Lemurian observing him through the glass door.
Woke up.
That, I guess. Woke up, found the butler on the floor, asleep. 4, woke up the butler. 5, entered the salon and found the body. Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced that the Lemurian was the murderer. Instructed the butler to raise the alarm.
Okay.
Gideon claims that they played croquet with Ergen in the morning. They got bored and went to drink tea in the tea house. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair Cook lecture the butler. Saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly afterwards. Definitely won't be memorizing all this, but we'll be coming back to it for sure.
Right.
Slightly difficult to understand what he says, potentially because he has challenges with our language. Claims that everything young Master Bell says is absolutely correct.
Bell must be our blue-haired boy.
James claims that he drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning, then went to the chess house where he found Lord Alistair and the butler, ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry, spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. NB. As the master of the house, he led the interrogation of the suspects.
NB has come up before a couple of episodes ago.
I thought it was initials before. Now I'm wondering if this is sort of like a side note writing or something.
Maybe.
Alistair claims that in the morning he practiced chess at the chess house and educated the butler on his lack of military training. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. They played together and he was very close to winning when the alarm was raised. Podrick claims that he served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoiled sherry that he and Lord Leopold had drunk and then go to assist Mr. Spade in the garden. On entering the library to take away the glasses, found Lord Leopold asleep. Suddenly was overcome by dizziness and fainted due to his weak heart. Was awoken by Lord Leopold and instructed to raise the alarm, then saw the deceased lying in the salon. And Billiam claims that planted and pruned all morning by the chrysanthemum bush, this is Billiam then, saw the young gentleman and foreigner leave the croquet and go behind the manor. In the afternoon, moved to the rose bush. From there, saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain at around noon, continued his work on the roses until the alarm was raised by Mr. Hill.
Butler.
Yeah.
Podrick Hill? I think.
Possibly.
We're going to have to...
Yeah.
Yeah. There will be a lot of going over things.
There will be.
So many names.
It's the button here.
Button here, yeah.
And... Okay. The man is not breathing and has a huge vertical wound on his forehead. Okay. Clean small sword. Listen, apologies for the shouting match yesterday. Let's continue our discussion at noon, Leo.
Okay.
Dear friend, the elections are over, so let's uphold tradition and have a leisurely weekend at my place with you and Leopold to discuss the Prime Minister situation. Please join us on May 12th. Kindly confirm your presence, Dr. James Turner. Okay. Next.
Oh, there are other rooms.
Yes. Well, it's outside, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
Fountain.
The London Gazetteer. Do you want this one?
New Order Party. May 11th, 1792. Who will be the new Prime Minister? Election results. New Order Party, moderates and loyalists. Looks like we've got the New Order Party winning.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because the drawing up top shows the loyalists and the moderates in the lead.
And they're just sort of on recently hatched new... Well, I guess they're new, but...
I guess, yeah. The New Order Party have the most MPs, but it is clear that two old parties will form a coalition. This means that either loyalist leader Blanchard or moderate leader Valentine will become the prime minister, leaving Lazarus Hearst and his party in the opposition.
Okay.
So Lazarus Hearst is the head of the New Order Party. Really moving up in the world, bud. Got a game of chess.
Yeah.
I don't...
Can't... Glancing at it... Doesn't look to me like anyone is immediately at risk of loss, but...
I can barely recognize what the pieces are.
It is a little hard, and I've not played chess in a while, and I wasn't great at it anyway, so what do I know? Rose bushes. Chrysanthemum bushes. Unfinished croquet match on a grass field.
Tea house.
2 cups of spicy smelling tea, one almost empty, the other untouched. And this is how we get back in here. And this...
Different door. Oh. Same place.
All right, I think we found everything.
All right.
Thought begin.
So, we have...
We should start, identifying folks first will probably help.
Great.
So...
I'm not even sure who's dead. There were just so many names.
There were a lot. I think this is Coke, just because the face is familiar.
Yeah. And we know who James Turner is.
Yeah. James Turner.
I heard someone described as young Belle, so I think the blue-haired kid is probably Belle.
I'm good with that.
I think Spade was the last name of the gardener.
Okie dokie, and I think... I can't remember. Yeah, let's...
It might be Billiam Spade.
Leopold, your plan to frame Patu is sublime, but you're missing button. So this is probably Leopold.
Right.
Yeah, okay, Leopold something. Leopold something, okay. Let's see.
Yep, nothing there.
Nothing there.
Oh, wait. Check the note in the blue-haired kid's hand.
Yes. No. Yes. Dear friend, at one of the balls, you said that you would love to meet someone actually interesting. I'm having a weekend of drinks
I
at
hoped
the
it had
Manor.
his name on it. It doesn't.
Alas.
The inspector's book will give us a bit more to go on, but...
Yeah. Well, okay. Arthur Faulkner, that's an easy one.
Yes.
Arthur Faulkner.
And Patu is going to be the last name for
I believe so.
that gentleman.
I believe so. Okay. In the book. Billiam, I believe,
Was the
is
gardener.
Gardener, so that's
And
Billiam Spade, probably.
I think that Podrick, the name before this one, is the one who describes, assisting
manservant.
Mr. Spade in the garden. So
Okay, yeah.
Podrick will be the manservant with the red eyes.
Yes. Okay.
And I think it's Podrick Hill, but we can double check that in the inspector's book.
Let's see. Lord Leopold, drunk and then go to assist Mr. Spade in the garden. Yep.
Nothing else here. Someone else will refer to him by his last name, I think.
Let's see, Alistair, Dr. Turner, okay. Drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library. Found Lord Alistair and the butler, ordered the butler to clean up the library. Okay. Ergin, slightly difficult to understand what he says. Might be Ergin Patu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's the one who calls Bell young Master Bell.
All right. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Leopold
A glass of sherry with James. So Leopold,
Blanchard.
yeah. Or is it Alistair? Hang on. You're right, with Blanchard. Okay, yeah. Leopold Blanchard. Good.
Probably Gideon Bell. That just sounds like the right name.
That does sort of feel right.
And then Augustus Valentine is the one on the ground.
Augustus Valentine and Gideon Bell. Correct. Very good.
Yeah.
Augustus Valentine is the victim. Boomerang is murder weapon. Don't remember these two, but
We can easily find that.
yeah, we've definitely read over it before.
Salon or the library? I think it might be the library.
You might be
Because
right.
the salon is the other, or this is the salon and the library is the other room.
Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced entered the salon and found the body.
Yeah, salon.
Okay, salon. Well, according to this one, which is probably.
And who
go
is
with that.
this?
This was Leopold's testimony.
Found the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
The body was found by Leopold Blanchard,
Right.
and he was murdered in the salon.
Assuming that this is not
A lie.
false testimony, but we'll find out very quickly. Okay,
Yeah.
that is correct.
So
Location of each suspect when body was found. This is
this one's going to be a bit to do.
it'll be a bit, but it will help narrow some things down. Flower beds probably for the gardener, I think, is where, and I think the butler was helping in the flower beds at the time.
Okay.
The rest,
There were a couple people who were in the tea house.
yeah. Let's go back. Let's go start checking testimony again. Leopold found the body. Gideon saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house. Okay, so Gideon and Ergen were in the chess house.
Okay. Gideon, Ergen, and Turner were in the chest house.
Oh,
Chess house. And so was Alistair until Alistair left
yeah.
and returned shortly afterwards.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
leave that one for now. That's tricky. Spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. Podrick.
Wait. That was James saying that he spent the time with Lord Alistair in the chess house until the alarm was raised?
Yes.
So we know James and Alistair were in the chess house when the alarm was raised.
Probably.
I mean, according to them.
According to them, yeah. And that's as good a place to start as any.
Yeah.
The
Doctor
doctor,
and the general. Alistair, right?
I think so.
Alistair Cook is a general from earlier episode.
Right, okay.
Earlier puzzle thing.
Who's the
loyalist is Leopold Blanchard.
Okay. And Blanchard was Leopold.
The first one, yeah.
Entered the salon. Okay, so salon was in the salon.
And then the prince and Gideon were in the same place. If you check Gideon's testimony, he'll tell us where he was.
Yeah, Gideon. Okay. Played croquet, got bored, and went to drink in the tea house. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house.
They were in the chess house.
Drew his attention to the design of it, but they might still be getting tea. Saw Lord Alistair Coke lecture the butler. Saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away just as Ergen was remarking the beauty of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly after. I think they were having tea the whole time.
In the tea house?
Yeah, I think they were just observing people coming in and out of the.
Okay.
Yeah. Tea house. Tea house. All right.
Okay.
Something's wrong.
I'm not sure about the butler.
Let's double check.
I know there was a point at which he was helping the
That
gardener.
might not have been where he stayed, though. That's right, because he fainted.
Yeah. He was in the salon.
Helped to assist in the garden. On entering the library to take away glasses, found Lord Leopold asleep, fell asleep, was woken. Okay.
So he was in the library.
He was in the library. Yep. Library. There we go. Okay.
All right.
So now we'll have to figure out all of this, though.
Boy.
That's where it's going to get tricky. Okay. I just realized you can do that to alphabetize things. That would have been easy.
Oh, that's nice.
That would have helped. Okay. Anyway.
Early in the morning.
Blank did something.
Drugged someone in the library and stole a boomerang.
Oh, yeah. No, I think you're right. Drugged.
Who was passed out? Was it Leopold Blanchard? I think it was Leopold who got drugged.
I thought it was Podrick Hill. I thought it was...
We just heard it in that Podrick and
Suddenly
Leopold.
became overcome by dizziness and fainted.
Right before that, Lord Leopold was asleep.
Found Lord
because he got drugged.
Right. Yep, right. Okay.
Drinking sherry.
Right you are. Okay. Leopold Blanchard in
I think it might have been James Turner who drugged him.
It might well have been, yeah.
No, salon isn't
stole
an option.
a boomerang. Well, they're
right.
placed in places.
Library.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
in the blank, someone, something, and something, a Lemurian, something from the, oh boy.
Oh, planted a Lemurian boomerang from the salon.
Huh.
So maybe the stole a boomerang isn't correct.
Stole a button. Maybe it stole a button.
Yes.
Because there's the button in the hand. So stole a button, the boomerang from the
salon.
That's the room we're in, right? This is the salon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The body is in the salon. They planted a Lemurian boomerang.
Planted,
Meanwhile, in the salon, right?
At around noon. Well, it depends on what we're kind of trying to get to here. Someone, and something on him. Planted the button on him.
Thank you. I got overwhelmed by the blanks.
To frame Leopold. I think it's Leopold missing the button, right?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, that's James Turner. Leopold is the eye patch guy, and he's the one missing the button.
Yeah. Okay. To frame Leopold Blanchard. Okay. Definitely still a lot we're missing here, but we got a few pieces that feel pretty correct. Someone drugged Leopold in the library and stole a button.
So James Turner was drinking with Leopold in the library in the morning.
Okay.
They had sherry together.
Sour sherry, and that was then ordered to be thrown out because it had gone bad, quote unquote.
Exactly. Meanwhile, in the salon, someone killed Augustus Valentine and planted a Lemurian boomerang. Correct? The murderer killed Augustus Valentine in the salon.
I think so.
He's dead in the salon, so he was killed in the salon. We have no evidence that his body was moved.
I suppose that's, yeah. Meanwhile, in the salon, someone killed Augustus Valentine and planted a Lemurian boomerang from the salon. In the someplace at around noon, someone and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. Someone
provoked someone else to plant the button on them.
Someone provoked someone and planted the button on him.
We should check testimonies for someone who had an altercation, a physical altercation.
I don't remember seeing a physical altercation anywhere in here.
Well, okay, and the button is in the hand of the deceased.
Yeah. I think I don't know if planted the boomerang is true. I think it's planted a Lemurian. Well, it is a Lemurian thing, though, isn't it?
But I could be wrong on that.
I don't know if planted is true. I wonder if it's
stole. Lemurian. Yeah. So it might not be killed Augustus Valentine there.
I think killed Augustus
is down
Valentine
there.
Is down here. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the salon,
it might not be salon. Meanwhile, someone blanked someone and stole a Lemurian boomerang from the salon.
I mean...
Yeah, this is where... and this one, I think, will also be...
The salon.
Salon at around noon.
That moved it instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this, which... Yeah. Yeah, this is what... Let's start checking testimony just to see what other interactions were happening. What would someone do somewhere and then steal a Lemurian boomerang? Like, when did someone have an opening? What were they doing before that, and when would they've had an opening to do it? So let's see.
Leopold was drugged, so I think his testimony is that they drank.
Yeah, as he was falling asleep, saw the Lemurian observing him through the glass door. Woke up, found the butler on the floor asleep. Woke up the butler, entered the salon and found the body. Upon inspecting the weapon, deduced that Lemurian was the murderer, inspected the butler to raise the alarm. Okay. Gideon played croquet with Ergen, got bored, went to drink tea, drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house, saw Lord Alistair Coke lecture the butler, saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house, saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly after. So it feels like, Ergen and Gideon were just having tea this whole time and observing other folks doing stuff.
Right.
So anyone who claims otherwise around them is maybe a little suspicious, is my thinking.
Yeah. They also seem the least involved in this.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Could be wrong, because the ones being framed here seems to be the one with the button. But
I think that the framing that's going on is very politically motivated. A general has been killed, and I think Leopold is one of the major players in the political party's system, so...
And Turner was the one who led the interrogation of the suspects. Drank sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning, then went to the chess house where he found Lord Alistair and the butler, ordered the butler to clean up the library.
There's a little thing here. Ergen and Bell saw Alistair leave the chess house and come back. James claims that Alistair was with him the whole time.
Yeah.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, he's probably the guilty party here.
One of the two of them, yeah.
In the morning, he practiced chess at the chess house and educated the butler on his lack of military training. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived and sent the butler away. They played together, and he was very close to winning when the alarm was raised.
Again, he leaves out his departure from the chess house that Ergen and Bell both testified to.
And that was Alistair's?
Yeah, James and Alistair are creating an alibi for Alistair's departure from the chess house. They're just omitting it entirely.
Okay.
Let's see what Podrick and Billiam have to say, though. They were also watching things.
True. Served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning. His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoilt sherry that he and Leopold had drunk, and then go assist Mr. Spade in the garden. On entering the library to take away the glasses, found Lord Leopold asleep. Suddenly was overcome by dizziness and fainted. Was woken by Leopold and instructed to raise the alarm, then salted his cease in the silence.
So he saw nothing.
And Billiam, planted and pruned all morning, saw the young gentleman and the foreigner leave the croquet and go behind the manor. We should check and make sure that that's where the tea house is. In the afternoon, moved to the rose bush. From there, saw Lord Augustus leave the fountain at around noon. Continued his work on the roses until the alarm.
Okay. The tea house is next to the... We can go back outside to see where the chrysanthemum bush was exactly, but him watching from that flower bed you just clicked on, while they left the croquet field, they would be going behind the manor house to go to the tea house.
Where they could see the chess house.
Yeah.
And then, because then he went to go working on the flower beds.
And saw our deceased go back inside.
Okay.
So everything's checking out except for James and Alistair.
Yeah, I think you're right. James Turner drugged Leopold Blanchard in the library and stole the button. Meanwhile, in the somewhat...
So... I think Alistair is the one who killed Augustus Valentine.
I believe so. And I believe... I like that this has to be him that did it because it's also phrased as stole, and this is James Turner's house, like...
Yeah, you can't really steal your own boomerang, right?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, this is the one that's tricky.
The only information I have to fill this in is, meanwhile, in the chess house, Alistair Coke provoked Podrick Hill.
That works better than anything I can think of.
But it doesn't follow with "and stole a Lemurian boomerang."
Yeah, scroll not filled incorrectly. And in several ways. We got several things wrong here.
Okay.
James Turner drugged Leopold Blanchard in the library and stole a button. Meanwhile, in the chess house...
I'm not confident about chess house.
Yeah. Alistair Coke provoke... like that...
Yeah, like he did do that in the tea house. He was being really nasty to him, but I don't know as if that's really an important detail. I feel like we have the last statement correct. In the salon at around noon, Alistair Coke killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. I feel like that's correct.
So fortunately, we can rule out a couple of the blue word terms here because they are not past tense, and or they are not, like, frame does not work.
Planted.
Provoke also does not work.
You're right. It's drugged, killed, and planted.
Yeah. So I think it is probably someone else was drugged here, and Podrick Hill says he drugged it to a weak heart, but he has red eyes.
In the library. Yes, you're right. In the library. That's where Podrick was drugged. No.
Still wrong, though.
Okay. Maybe James did the drugging in both cases.
Could have been.
We know that Alistair was present in the chess house during the time that James was unaccounted for.
We're missing a lot of things. Clearly, we're not even quite close. So,
okay.
Early in the morning, let's double check everything here. According to James, drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning.
Right.
So far, that tracks with what James said, and I think others that seems to also work.
Yeah.
Stealing a button also makes sense there. Meanwhile, in the library,
someone drugged Podrick Hill and stole a Lemurian boomerang from the salon.
I think that makes sense, but let's...
But we don't know
Then went to the chess house where he found Lord Alistair and the butler. Alistair and the butler were in the chess house, so that might not be where the drugging happened. The drugging might have happened in the chess house, if that's true.
Didn't do it.
Ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry. Spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair until the alarm was raised. Okay.
The butler doesn't describe having any issues until he gets into the library.
Served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the morning.
Overcome and faints.
His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoilt sherry that he and Lord Leopold had drunk, and then go to assist Mistress Bay in the garden. On entering the library to take away the glasses, found Lord Leopold asleep. Suddenly was overcome by dizziness and fainted due to his weak heart, which might be lies.
I mean...
That, like, as to why he fainted.
Yeah.
Black poppy sleepiness, white of eyes.
He might have drunk some of the sherry, too.
He drank some of the sherry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the library, Podrick Hill stole some of the sherry? No, that doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
Yeah, there's something about that. I think we might be just looking for the
wrong thing.
Pointing at the wrong event here entirely, and that's what's kind of like tripping us up a lot.
Okay. We have drugged, we have killed, and we have stole, and we have planted. Those are the 4 past tense blue text box filling things.
I feel reasonably, and I agree with you that unless I could see this also being James Turner being the one guilty, but like all from down here, this all feels right.
Yeah.
In the salon at around noon, Blank killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. Makes sense.
Yeah. Because the boomerang is next to him, so saying that he planted the boomerang on him to frame Ergen Patu isn't correct. It's not on him.
Yeah.
It's next to him.
Yeah. And it does seem like the boomerang was the killing weapon in this case, which is it's not really planting. That's
Yeah. Fair. It's being used to frame Ergen Patu, but that doesn't make it actually a planted item. It's just the murder weapon.
Yeah, and it is a Lemurian boomerang that was stolen and is missing.
From the salon.
Stole a Lemurian boomerang from the salon. Yeah.
So the only word that can fill that sentence with the gray text is salon, right?
Not true. No, they could have done something in a different place first and then stole a Lemurian boomerang from the salon.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the
somewhere,
tea house or in the chess house, they
somethinged somebody and stole a Lemurian boomerang from the salon.
And provoke and frame do not work in that spot.
Yeah, so it's either drugged, killed, it doesn't make sense. So it's planted also doesn't planted someone. It's possible that someone got moved there, but I kind of doubt it. I think it is.
It has to be drugged.
I think drugged is what. Yeah, I think it's drugged is what it has to be. And Podrick Hill is, I think, the one who
is the other person who was drugged.
Yeah.
And he was in the library when it happened.
What if Podrick Hill drugged Podrick Hill, and stole a Lemurian? That part doesn't work.
Yeah.
It would be funny if that was the solution.
It would be.
But this part makes that not possible. Unless it was... No, because he couldn't have then stolen because he was quite drugged.
He was drugged in the library, right?
I believe so, yes.
So can we fill in, meanwhile in the library, someone drugged Podrick Hill?
Yes.
So we're looking for the baddie who drugged Podrick Hill and stole the Lemurian boomerang. and we're looking for the baddie who killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button.
Yes. And we have been pairing these two together.
Because they're alibying each other.
Yeah.
Well, because James is alibying Alistair. Alistair's the only one who is not witnessed. We can double check Belle's testimony to see if Turner stays in the chess house the whole time.
Let's do double check that. It's Gideon, right?
Yeah.
They got bored. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design. Saw Lord Alistair Coke lecture the butler. Saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house. So Turner sent the butler away from the chess house to go to the library, which is where
he got drugged and passed out.
That would mean that probably the one responsible for that would have been not James Turner, because Turner was still at the chess house.
But Coke was at the chess house at that same time.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. He was in... So pull up Gideon's testimony again. Ergen had Belle look at the chess house. They saw Alistair Coke.
Right.
They saw Turner enter. They saw the butler leave.
Right.
And then they saw Alistair leave.
And return shortly afterwards.
That's where I think Alistair killed Valentine.
Or drugged the butler.
Fair.
Or both.
The thing that I'm seeing is that Turner is unaccounted for before he enters the chess house. Nobody knows where he is. Nobody says where he is until he shows up in the chess house. Alistair is unaccounted for a short period of time after Turner comes to the chess house before Alistair then returns.
Interesting. Okay. So we got a near complete picture, so I feel like, and I'm also
it feels like we have it, but we don't.
I'm going to real quick scan through other clues that are not that book as well, because we haven't really looked at literally anything else in a little bit, and there might be something that suddenly now stands out a little bit more.
Nobody's backing up Spade's alibi, his story.
Yeah.
It stands all entirely on its own.
That's true.
And it supports other accounts, but tricky things have happened before.
Very true. Sherry on the ground. Yeah, no,
Buddy, you are so out of it.
He definitely had some of the sherry and dropped it. Like, he didn't clean anything.
Right. He didn't even drink Turner's sherry.
Didn't even drink Turner's sherry, I don't think. Or this could have happened. This could have happened actually when Leopold
got drunk
and
poisoned.
Yeah, and so he didn't even. He is also red-eyed, though.
Yep.
He is red-eyed, and I don't think anybody else was. No, so like, he does also seem drugged.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the host did not notice me when I was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman.
Oh. That could have been him planting the... Oh, that does change things a little bit.
It does change things a little bit. Yeah,
he might have stolen the button.
It could be that these two, like, because you're right that this guy doesn't say anything, just says everything this guy says is correct, and they basically, so we really don't, no one else seems to really point a lot.
Lying.
Yeah, no one really seems to point to them.
I wrote them off as not being involved in the political machinations of the Brotherhood and the Prime Minister. Like, obviously, Alistair, Leopold, Turner, and Valentine are all wrapped up in the politics.
Yeah.
So I just kind of thought, well, Patu and Belle are outsiders to this. They had no horse in the race, so to speak. But that's not necessarily true.
It does, like, it still feels like these two are up to something a little bit. Like,
the only reason I don't trust their account of being in the chess house the whole time is because Gideon Bell says they weren't. If Gideon Bell is in it with Patu,
true,
then it changes everything.
One almost empty, the other untouched. So either someone wasn't drinking tea the whole time, or someone actually didn't stay there.
I mean, technically, maybe the butler drank tea there, but we didn't hear anyone say that the butler drank tea there.
Well, no, I was just saying, that implies that either one of these two didn't drink their tea, or one of them left and, while the other sat there and drank tea. And this guy was apparently, hope the host did not notice me when I was leaning over the sleeping eye patch gentleman.
I think he planted the button. I think that's what that line implies. Is that Patu planted the button.
That could be it. That could be Ergen Patu killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard.
And I think that makes Gideon Bell the drugger, the one to drug people.
That might be. Someone said they saw Patu in the window in passing.
I think Leopold saw Patu watching him through the window in the very beginning.
Yeah.
At the beginning
As
of
he was falling asleep, saw the Lemurian.
Which is Patu.
Observing him through the glass door, woke up and found the butler on the floor asleep.
Yeah. We could try Ergen Patu as the person who did the drugging.
Could do.
But I think Gideon must be in it with him because Gideon is alibying him.
Yeah, we're still not getting any closer to accurate thing. This one's tricky. So Leopold, sorry everyone, if this is an obvious thing that you've pieced together, we'll get there. Claims had a glass of sherry with James in the library, became drowsy. As he was falling asleep, saw the Lemurian observing him through the glass door. Woke up, found the butler on, which may just still be observed, curious.
Yeah.
And then he was just sort of I hope no one saw me observing. Did he say standing over? Leaning over. That's which implies being closer in, not just
I think he stole the button.
I think he might have.
And planted it on the body. Ergen Patu drugged Leopold Blanchard in the library and stole a button.
Let's keep going through these because I am curious if there's a suggestion of anyone who would have had access to the sherry or involvement with the sherry other than the people in the room to begin with. Gideon played croquet with Ergen in the morning, got bored and to drink tea. Ergen drew his attention to the interesting design of the chess house. Saw Lord Alistair cook and lecture the butler. Saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away just as Ergen was remarking on the beauty of the chess house. Ergen was pointing him toward the chess house a lot. Saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly after. I'm wondering if Ergen was in on it. Gideon might not be, and Ergen was just it might be a thing that Ergen was in on this with James or Alistair.
Maybe.
Because Ergen was just does seem to be saying, hey, look over there a whole lot.
Yeah.
Slightly difficult to understand, potentially because he has challenges with our language, claims everything Master Bell says is absolutely correct. Drank a glass of sour sherry with Blanchard in the library in the morning, then went to the chess house where he found Lord Alistair and the butler, ordered the butler to clean up the library and get rid of the bad sherry, spent the rest of the time playing chess with Alistair till the alarm was raised. Alistair, in the morning, practiced chess at the chess house, educated the butler. Sometime in the afternoon, Dr. Turner arrived, sent the butler away. That works with James's at least. They play together, and he was very close to winning when the alarm was raised. Served Lord Alistair in the chess house in the chess house in the morning. Okay.
That's when Alistair was lecturing him on his lack of military training.
Right, and it is not so he was not, according to his testimony at least, or anyone else's so far, directly involved with the sherry in the salon prior to being told to go clean it up.
Correct.
His master arrived and instructed him to dispose of the spoiled sherry that he and Lord Leopold had drunk, and then go to assist Mr. Spade in the garden.
Which he never got to do because he went into the library to dispose of the sherry, found Lord Leopold asleep, got dizzy, fainted.
He was woken by Lord Leopold and instructed to raise the alarm.
And we suspect he actually drank some of the sherry while he was in there because his eyes are red and...
He and Lord Leopold are drunk.
We're making an assumption there.
Turner is lying because he did not drink any sherry. His glass is full and he's not red-eyed. So he is definitely untrustworthy. I think it is reasonable to guess that James Turner is the one responsible for the drugging up front. And then I'm feeling like James Turner and Erkin Patu might be actually some of our like real culprits here. Meanwhile, in the library, Erkin Patu drugged Podrick Hill and stole a Lemurian boomerang from the salon. In the salon at around noon, one of them, or maybe Alistair, if Alistair was in on it too for some reason, killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. I think it is one of these two. But nope. Thing says no. So we've definitely...
I really think that Alistair Coke is the one who left and was not accounted for right around the time of the murder.
I think you're probably right. You remember who it was that said that Alistair Coke left and wasn't accounted for? Gideon, okay. Saw Master Turner come to the chariot, saw Lord Alistair Coke lecture the butler, saw Master Turner come to the chess house and send the butler away, just as Ergen was remarking, saw Lord Alistair leave the chess house and return shortly after. So yeah, Alistair, you're right. Alistair is suspicious in here somewhere and should be blamed for something. This could be three people involved with it in some sort of way. Like, Alistair Cook might be the one who did the murder part, or the drugging part.
I'm not sure what to do. This just feels like we're missing something key.
I agree.
I'm worried that we've got something we're not looking at, something we think we've got down, isn't correct.
I think so. Like, early in the morning, Leopold Blanchard was drugged Leopold Blanchard in the library and stole a button. Like, that makes a great deal of sense about the button being missing. Mm-hmm. Leopold Blanchard was definitely drugged in the library.
In the early morning, and a button was stolen from him.
And we've got nothing pointing to literally anyone else being involved or, like, around at any point. And
that's why we think James Turner did it, right?
Yeah, and his glass is full, and like there's lots pointing to that being the case and this being true. This middle section, I think, is where most of the mess is for us. Because I definitely feel like we are doing a little guessing in here.
What goes after the word Lemurian?
Like, I think boomerang is the only one that makes sense, but...
So do I.
There is a seal. Hang on, let me. There's a seal that is.
Is it missing from the?
That he does have.
Right, but that just indicates which clan he's part of, the 11th clan.
Which he might have stolen from up here. He might have come in here and stolen that.
I'm sorry. How many seals are on that wall right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. So one is missing.
He stole a seal.
So, and stole a Lemurian seal from the salon. So I think, like, Ergen Patu, 3 people are probably involved in this. Ergen Patu
didn't have anything to do with the murder.
Drugged Podrick Hill and stole a Lemurian seal from the salon. Let's double confirm this. Like,
the only things that can go in there when you're dealing with a person are drugged and killed.
Yeah.
And we don't think that killed fits there. So drugged is the only option, right?
I think... Hang on. What if... killed Augustus Valentine and stole the Lemurian seal from the salon. In the...
So I have 2 problems with that.
Yeah.
The first one is that meanwhile in the library means that it's happening early in the morning. And Augustus Valentine was seen alive around noon by the gardener at the fountain. The second problem is that the library and the salon are right next to each other, and if someone was being killed there at that time, James might have noticed. Like, they're right next to each other. It would be hard to miss.
That is true.
But more importantly, we know Augustus was alive until around noon.
That's true. Like, whatever happened here, you're right, it is something that happened in the morning. So that's worth keeping in mind. Like,
meanwhile, in the salon... No, in the what? In the what?
Arrogant to something to somebody and stole a Lemurian seal from the salon. So yeah, this could be someplace other than the library. Like he did something and then stole from the salon. Huh.
Did he drug Gideon Bell? One of the T's is drunk and one of them isn't.
True, but Gideon didn't go to fall asleep at any point that we know of.
That we know of, and his eyes aren't red, but I don't know.
Yeah, like he never reported sleeping or anything of that sort.
Maybe Patu just has better drugs. And Gideon didn't notice.
Well, hang on.
So stupid.
Hang on.
It's so dumb.
Hyper-concentration on one thing, loss of perception of time, rapid blink. He's blinking a lot. So actually he actually was drugged. He was in the
oh my gosh, in the tea house.
Tea house. Ergen Patu drugged Gideon Bell and stole a Lemurian seal from the salon. There's like several kind of different seems like an unrelated crime.
Well, no, he hyper-focused Gideon on the tea house, and then he slipped out, on the chess house, and then he slipped out to go steal a thing. Well, Gideon was just like, wow, look at the chess house.
But I'm now trying to see, like, how does that connect to either of these two things? Yeah, and I think it doesn't, which makes it just weird that it's one of the things included. In the salon at around noon,
I think that's
Alistair Coke killed Augustus Valentine and planted the button on him to frame Leopold Blanchard. That time we got it. Okay, so that one was sneaky. Yeah, that one, I guess it makes some sense why that one was always feeling like a slightly odd fit, but we thought we'd found the only thing that sort of worked.
Right?
Anyway.
Good golly.
Brotherhood members Alistair and James plotted to turn the ruling moderate and loyalist parties against each other. Over the course of a weekend at James's manor, Alistair murdered the moderate leader and James framed the loyalist leader.
Wow.
And a cut scene. You've proven that I can trust you.
Oh, I thought the picture was talking to them.
Here is the Brotherhood's artifact that I removed from the traitor Keen. Let me educate you how it works.
Wow.
I set it to take heat from this cup of water. Then I changed the symbols and used the idol to give that heat to something else.
Uh-huh.
But there's much more that the idol can do.
Fascinating.
Okay. Well, that took us a bit longer than it should have, but we got there, and next time we will go to the next chapter and solve another crime, probably.
We shall see.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.